Kevin Pritchard, who's the president of the Indiana Pacers currently, slipped up in an interview.
Oh, slipped up is an understatement.
He said the Pacers need a real star.
I don't think he slipped up.
Because this show is all about giving you the facts and proper analysis, we're going to read the full quote, or I'm going to read the full quote at least. This is the full quote. At some point in time, we've got to figure out how to manufacture that real star, Pritchard said. We had it with Paul George. He had an it factor, and so did Victor Oladipo. And so we're trying to get that. But we think that a couple of these players could become that too. We may have it already in the gym, but that's the biggest challenge is in this sort of marketplace, how do you get a star? It's hard for us to sign one in free agency. That's a challenge. But there are other ways to do it, and I think we can do it. He then apologized on Twitter and said, I speak with our players every day, and I feel bad for using that word. Sabonis was asked about it after a game. He said that caught me off guard. We're all trying to get better and do the best to help this team win. And then a report came out that Sabonis wanted out. So what are your thoughts about the full quote, not just a real star thing? And what are your thoughts about Sabonis wanting out?
I feel like he should have stayed 10 toes down. I feel like he should just kept it a buck. He didn't say nothing wrong. Like, I feel like, in my opinion, he didn't say anything wrong. If you feel that way, say it. Like, be truthful. I personally don't. I agree with him.
Sabonis isn't a star.
He isn't a real star.
He isn't a real star.
He's not a real star.
Let me put this.
He's not a real star.
Hold on. Let me put this into perspective for you. Let me just break this down for you. You believe the Indiana Pacers could make the playoffs, right?
I did.
Can I ask you and I want you to answer this truthfully. Do you think this Indiana Pacers team was better than the Knicks last year?
Talent-wise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think if we plug Sabonis on the last year's Knicks team and take out Randall, you think they'd make the playoffs?
Randall defensively was too much of an impact for the Knicks.
Then do you believe Randall is a real star?
Wow. I just got checkmated.
It's not even that. I'll give you another example.
Easy.
But the thing is,
that was easy.
As an overall ball player, I'm taking Sabonis.
Why?
Because he can handle the ball better.
But he can't defend.
That's the thing.
I'm gonna give this example.
That is the thing.
Your example was great, and yeah, you did get checked.
Yeah, I did. I'm not gonna front.
Chris Middleton is the second option to Giannis. For years, what was the knocks on the Bucks and why they couldn't get farther in the playoffs? Because they didn't have a real second star next to Giannis. Who's better, Middleton or Sabonis?
I like Middleton.
I think Middleton's better than Sabonis. Sabonis is a low-level all-star. He's not a real star. And what I mean by a real star is a guy who can be the first option or second option on the championship team. Kevin Pritchard is right in what he said. They haven't had one since Paul George, since Oladipo for that one season.
That's where,
that's
Sabonis. But that's where you lose me. You're saying that Sabonis can't be a second option on a squad. He's the
on
first,
a championship team.
I don't think he can.
Why on a contender?
Why can't he?
Because he can't. I just think he can't. We haven't had the evidence of it yet, but I believe he can.
We know he's a stinky first.
It's a stinky. Strong.
All right, I'm just playing.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, though. He's not meant to be the number one player on the squad. Is he a star number two? He 100% can be. You pair him with a Damian Lillard. You pair him with a Luka.
What are they gonna do?
Okay, I'll give you this. I'll give you this example because actually I have this trade, and I put it up on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
The Spurs right now, their best player is DeJounte Murray.
Dog.
Do you think DeJounte Murray is better than Sabonis?
I do.
I think DeJounte's better.
This season has been DeJounte's breakout. Okay. He's trending in that direction.
If Sabonis it goes to the Spurs and he becomes the second best player on the Spurs behind DeJounte, what are the Spurs doing?
They're going to win 10 more games?
I don't know. They're very well coached.
Oh, God.
Now they are, though.
They are, but come on. Like, I know. Come on.
They're not deep
They're
enough.
not. Come
They're
on.
not deep
A bunch of young bulls.
But, like, I want him to go be that. We're talking Giannis and Middleton. We're talking Giannis, who's a top 5 player. We're talking Middleton, who's probably top 20,
You think
25.
Giannis and Sabonis would work?
No. I'm saying
You
Sabonis
think Dame and Sabonis would work?
and Luka.
Okay, so I'll give
He
you
needs
this.
to be with a guard.
I'll give you this.
He's a pass type point forward.
I'll give you this example.
In the post.
Your Lakers team won the championship 2019 in the bubble. Swap out AD and put in Sabonis. Sabonis, your second best player. Are you guys winning?
Again, Giannis, I mean, we're talking about AD,
You have LeBron.
who is top
You have LeBron.
5.
Are you guys winning? Yes or no? You have LeBron.
Bro, AD.
I'll be honest, probably.
AD is a second option.
We're talking about LeBron.
You're getting past Denver with Sabonis? Honestly. Like, dead serious.
You're not getting past Houston.
Nah, AD was huge. Yeah, we're getting past Houston. We're getting past Houston.
AD was guarding Westbrook.
No, but AD was all world. That's so hard for me to say. Yeah, he was all world.
I'll just say
but
this.
again, we're talking about top 5 player.
AD is a real star, no doubt.
But AD's a superstar.
No, he's a real star. That's the same thing. But AD is not a first option. He's a second option.
We're talking about a top 5.
Dame is not a first option either, though.
Dame is a first option.
Dame is not a first option. Dame is a second
Dame
option.
has been forced to be the first option. They've had success,
Dame is
but you can't get over the hump with Dame.
Dame is a first option on a consistent playoff team. He's not a first option on a championship. He's like a Jimmy Butler. They're first options on a consistent playoff team. They're not first options on a championship team. And now you're pairing a Dame and Sabonis.
So Sabonis said he wanted out. So what team do you think could use Sabonis? I know you guys talked about the Mavericks last episode.
I liked your Spurs deal.
Okay. The audience hasn't heard it yet because I put it up on my Twitter. By the way, follow me on Twitter at Joel V. Moran.
Maybe acting crazy.
I'll be doing some mock trades. So look, this is the trade. The Spurs trade Keldon Johnson and Derek White for Domantas Sabonis.
That's it?
Yes. I mean, you could throw in some picks in there. I get it. But this is the core of the deal.
Playing well this year.
Derek White is good. He's a good player. Sabonis is. It's like. Let me ask you a question.
Who says no in that deal? Who do you think says no in that deal?
I don't think any, but I think you have to look at it and say, why would you bring in that contract if it's not going to make you that much better?
It's $18 million a year, bro. He's making really nothing. So compared to how good Sabonis is, like Sabonis is underpaid for how good he is.
Is he?
Oh, definitely.
Yes, he is. Yeah, for sure. He's making $18 million, bro.
You think he's a $20 million guy?
Yes.
Duncan Robinson's making how much?
18 mil.
There you go. That's all
Fournier's
you need.
making 17 mil.
Well, he's a scrub. He got overpaid. Duncan got overpaid too, though.
Fournier is better than Duncan.
But that's what I'm telling you.
I just said they both got overpaid. Okay. Well, Fournier stinks. They're on the same level.
NBA is trending towards
overpayment.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're overpaying guys. I mean,
Sabonis is underpaid for what he is actually.
Compared to like Randall and Sabonis, like Randall's getting paid what?
19.
Yeah. Randall?
I think he's like 19.
Around there. He had a team-friendly deal.
He shouldn't get, and I don't think he should get paid more than Randall. Honestly, whatever Randall should get paid, Sabonis is right under there.
I don't know. Sabonis is more efficient than Randall.
Okay, but Derek White to the Pacers and Keldon Johnson to the Pacers. Domantas Sabonis goes to the Spurs. How good do you think the Spurs can be? I mean, I think their lineup would be pretty cool, and I think Sabonis fits the Spurs.
He's a good passer.
He reminds me of a Spurs player. The starting lineup would be DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker, or Devin Vassell, Doug McDermott, Sabonis, and Jakob Poeltl. I think that's pretty good. And that means more minutes for Josh Primo.
Well, you said DeJounte, and you said Devin at the 2?
No.
Devin or Lonnie, whoever.
And then you got Dougie, and then you got Sabonis, and then Poeltl. Yeah, you run with what you got. You know, Sabonis is still 25. He's still really young, so you can still work with that. Him and DeJounte, I believe, are the same age. It's just like, where does Sabonis go to make any, like, what contender does he make better?
I don't know.
He doesn't make Charlotte better, I don't think. I don't think that's what he needs. That's what they need. Dallas, he might make them a little bit better, but
I mean, Sabonis' defense is not horrible. 106 defensive rating.
Defensive rating is a team stat, though.
But regardless of that, that's still the best of his career.
His team defense is cool.
On and off numbers are better to use than that.
You're upset.
I don't know. Draymond's is a 99. Are we saying that's more team oriented?
Well, he's like a safety, bro.
I understand, but like we can't just say he's the leader in defensive rating. Let's give the credit to Draymond for that. But I tell you, that
watch
106.
Draymond play,
of course.
So I'm not even going to
exactly.
Go
but
back and forth
I'm just letting
that.
you know, Sabonis is not a scrub on defense.
He is though.
He's not a scrub.
He's like a cone, bro.
A cone. Do you understand what a cone is?
Yeah.
He's not a cone for sure.
So where do you think he like? Where do you
see?
Are you think he's a real, like? I don't understand.
Clippers would be interesting. I don't know how the Clippers would get him. Clippers would be interesting.
Why?
They need a big type presence.
They're fourth in defensive rating.
I understand exactly. So then that hunch of him being a cone would not be that much of an issue.
It would literally drop their defense.
But that's not. He's not bad defensively. I just told you this.
You don't know, but you. Okay, I get what you're saying. You're using. Okay, I understand. Yeah.
That being said, you pair him with Paul George, who's already been amazing. I don't know who you'd have to give up in that sense.
Well, Bledsoe has to go.
Bledsoe would have to go, and I don't think that would hurt you too badly. And I'm sure you probably have to trade Zubac.
Look, Sabonis is average.
At what?
At defense.
Okay. Okay,
He's average on defense.
So then, if he's average on defense, he's a really
Sabonis or
effective
Siakam?
offensive.
I'm telling you right now.
That's a really good question.
Sabonis or Siakam?
Siakam's better. I'm telling you right now.
Really good question.
I'm telling you right now that defensive rating is a flawed stat. We're looking at an individual stat because it's a team stat.
So then, why do we ever bring it up with Rudy Gobert?
There are more stats with Rudy Gobert, like defensive field goal percentage and stuff like that. Because defensive rating, that is just how many. That's just what does this team score? What does the opposing team score per 100 possessions when this player is on the floor? But when Sabonis is on the floor, he's on the floor with 4 other players, and depending on who those 4 other players are, if they're good defenders, they can mask his weaknesses. So that's why it's more of a team stat than anything. And Gobert has like so many stats that point to his elite defense.
Of course. I mean, we're talking about Gobert. He's one of the best defensive players ever.
But that's why, like, defensive field goal percentage, I really haven't looked at Sabonis' defensive stats because I think he's just average. I don't really think I need to look at it, to be honest. But I could be wrong.
I mean, I don't think he's a bad ball. Like, defensive cone is such a stretch.
His defensive ratings over his career: 108, 107, 104, 106, 110, 107.
So I'm not saying that he's the best defender in the league. I'm just letting you know that he's not a scrub defensively, like you said.